I'd like to play a song called Men Growing Old. I wrote it for Norman's birthday. I thought it was a gift that he might appreciate, and I even thought it might fall into his good song category, or at the very least, the sweet spot. But in the end, I never got to play it for him. We had a major bust-up, a fracture in our friendship which, as it turns out, was not easy to repair. And it all started with a visit to that giant toy shop called Toys Is Me. On one of my weekly visits to Norman's place, he said we needed to talk about merchandise. He said a lot of pop stars make more money from memorabilia than they do from music sales or gigs. And he could see a big market for a Clive Crudwick action hero figure. And he said, have a look at this before you make up your mind. And he shouted towards the kitchen, hey, Nellie, bring in the Crudman. And he explained that although he had all the big ideas, his wife had helped a bit. He said she bought an Action Man figure from a charity shop, and then she added a wig and some glasses and some old brown trousers. And he said she took quite a particular care over knitting a cardigan just like yours, only a lot smaller. And he said, hey, presto, Crudders, look at this. Well, I had the very unnerving experience of witnessing a miniature version of myself approaching me on a tea tray. Worse was to come. The next day, Norman dragged me to the local Toys Is Me superstore and insisted on speaking to the manager. We were told that the manager was not available, and instead we got to meet a young man, aged 19 I suspect, called Zane. Norman insisted on knowing his job title. Well, apparently he was the assistant supervisor of action hero figures and dolls with movable body parts. Zane took one look at the mini version of me, and I've got him here, hang on. Straighten his legs. Zane took one look at the mini-me and he said, we're interested in superheroes, not super nerds. Well, this was too much for Norman. As his voice grew louder, a small crowd of spectators gathered around the counter. Norman had completely lost it. Super nerd, how dare you, he said, how dare you? Super geek, maybe. But nerd? Ha! You've got no idea. Well, Zane parried with King of the Dorks. And then I heard Norman say, the complete dweeb. But by then, I'd had enough. They didn't even notice when I left the store. A few minutes later, Norman staggered out of the shop looking red in the face. He said, I was getting somewhere until your trousers fell down. Apparently, a wardrobe malfunction on the action hero Crud figure resulted in Zane calling security and having Norman escorted from the premises. Look here, Crudwick, he said, this is going nowhere. I am coming up with all the good ideas and you are just so negative. You will get nowhere without me. And then he stared at me and said, Nellie thinks the same. I stared back. Nellie thinks the same. He nodded. Has she said so? She doesn't need to, he said. I know exactly what she thinks. Neither of us spoke for a while. Eventually I said, I think I'll give next week's meeting a miss, Norman, if you don't mind. He shoved the Crudwick action hero figure into my hands and I quickly adjusted the trousers. You do that, Clive, he said. You do that. And then he walked away. I never did get to play him this next song, which is a shame because it was a sort of tribute to him. A mixture of the despair and the dignity that comes with the male ageing process. I need to bend his legs to get him in. It's called Men Growing Old. Da 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 da. I'm at the bus stop of my life, a ticket to nowhere in the afterlife. I keep waiting, men growing old. I am contented in my own head. My teeth are grinning in a glass by the bed. They just don't like me, men growing old. Men growing old, it's a sight to behold. Everything is shrunk in the cold, and we just won't be told anything. Men growing old. I write letters to the paper in an angry tone. I'm still switched on, unlike my mobile phone. I'll work it out soon, men growing old. I'm a silver surfer without a wave. My relatives are busy digging my grave. With my spade, men growing old. Men growing old, it's a sight to behold. Everything is shrunk in the cold, and we just won't be told anything. Men growing old, coping with big daily dramas, living a life in pyjamas, equal part dignity and despair. Nobody said it was fair. Body parts are sagging to the ground, but I don't need Viagra if you turn me upside down. What a blood rush, men growing old. If I don't get good service, I cause a fuss. I am the king of cantankerous. You are my subjects, men growing old. Men growing old, it's a sight to behold. Everything is shrunk in the cold, and we just won't be told anything. Men growing old, I do plead guilty for becoming old. hearts of wisdom
and a heart of gold.